Welcome to the channel. So this is the first this works well.
Yeah, I
I
can
hope you
hear you
can hear.
clearly.
That's nice. That's nice. So guys, welcome to the chat. I hope everybody joins in a very good way. My name is Modine. Welcome to Rabbit and More. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. It's the first time we are putting this together. My with me and it's amazing. We had Ishin, and I've been also following his exploits on YouTube with the wonderful things he's doing, and we want to just hear from him and also get some one-on-one advice, maybe some tips and tricks here and there, because in Ghana we farm differently, in Nigeria they also farm differently, but it's still the same thing, and at the end of the day we can all learn from each other. um Mr. African Rabbit Farmer, welcome brother, welcome.
Good afternoon, good afternoon. I'm
Welcome,
so,
how are you doing,
so
sir?
happy to be here.
Sorry.
I'm so happy to be here.
Yes, we are happy to have you two here. We are happy to have you. So, a very brief one. What inspired your journey to starting a rabbit farm?
Okay, the few inspiration I had when I started, actually, I did not really start it as a business. I started it
Okay.
as pleasure, yeah. I saw few of my friends keeping rabbits in a small scale. So I decided to say, why not? I could just start up a rabbit farm too. And I just told them, they showed me where they got their own rabbits from. And I went there, I got some few rabbits, and I started farming rabbits. So, but I had a very big vision when it comes to rabbit farming. So, as I
Okay.
compared to them, which were just doing it in a maybe 2 rooms rabbit cage, I expanded. So, I expanded my farm. I became like very big. So, I'm still hoping to expand more though.
Okay. So, if we want to put a timeline to it, when would you say was the time you actually started?
Okay. I started 2021 as at June
Oh, wow.
2021. That was when I started. Yeah,
Okay. Okay. So, to motivate others, how many rabbits did you start with?
I started with just 2 rabbits, just two, just
Okay.
one female and one male. That was what I started with. I ended up selling the male.
Why?
I just kept just the female that period. I ended up selling it.
Why?
It wasn't matured enough to be breeding my female I had that particular time. So someone told me to sell it to him that he will keep it. So I sold it to that person. Then I was breeding my female with my friend's own. So that was how I was able to grow to this particular stage I am around.
So, currently, what's the number
Yeah.
you have right now on the farm?
Okay. Like, if I want to calculate the plus the bunnies, the little bunnies, I should have up to 60 to 70 currently now. I should have up to 60 to
Okay.
70. Yeah.
Okay. So, one thing when it comes to farming relating to rabbits, one of the issues a lot of people have, and I know it will be
Yeah.
expensive, is it for a young farmer like yourself to have a rabbit farm and to have the vision of growing it? How expensive it is it?
I didn't really get your question because the network was breaking.
Okay, so what I'm saying is that we all know when it comes to rabbit farming, there are challenges with it, right?
Yeah.
As a young farmer in Nigeria, in Ghana, one of the issues we all face is the issue of expenses. So, for example,
Yeah.
for feeding, for cages, etc. How much will you say you had to spend or you spend on a day-to-day basis? How expensive is it to actually run a farm?
When it comes to rabbit farming as a whole, it's like there's no expenses at all. What you just need is your
Okay.
cages and your rabbits. The rest of it you decide. Either you want to go feeding them purely greens that you can get from the forest and the bushes. You can feed them purely greens without spending. But if you decide to say, okay, you want to get pellets for them or you want to get a formulated feed and stuff like that, that's just what will cost you some little amount of money.
Okay.
But for we that like for me now, I'm doing it in a way that I have a goal I want to reach in maybe 3 to 4 months. the
Mm-hmm.
size of rabbit I want to eat in 3 to 4 months. So I give my rabbits more of pellets so that they can grow faster. So you now can decide what you want to do with yours. If you feel you want them to grow very fast, you need to put in a lot of money to make them grow fast. But if you think you don't have the money to feed them well, like to give them the pellets, you can go purely green. They will still grow, but not as fast as someone who is using the pellets. So, like for me now, the few challenges I used to have is getting the feeds. Sometimes when I get a feed today for maybe 9,000 naira, I think 9,000 is about 200 cedis. If I get a feed
Okay.
today for about 9,000 naira, the next time I go to buy, it might increase to 10,000. So the feed keeps increasing, the prices keeps going up. So we look for a kind of way to like reduce the cost. Yeah, that was why we started formulating our own feed. I
Okay.
also taught in my YouTube channel how to formulate the feed of the rabbit.
Okay.
So you can actually formulate your own feed. The formulation can actually, it might consume a lot of money, but to last for longer time compared to just getting the pellets. Yes, it will
Mm.
last for longer time. Like maybe let me see, when I want to get a formulated feed of about when I want to get pellet of about 9,000 naira, I might use like buy maybe let me just say 2 bags in 1 month.
Okay.
That is
How many
about
how many how many
18,000.
kgs are we talking about here?
Huh? That's
How many
25
kg?
kg.
25
25
kg.
kg.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just say 2 bags in 1 month. That's what I will get.
Mm-hmm.
So after like I formulate, if I want to formulate with my own formulation, I can use maybe
Mm-hmm.
times two of that money, and it will last me for 2 months instead of 1 month. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
times two when I formulate. I don't know if you get me now.
Yeah, I get you. I get you.
So it's like times two of the amount when I formulate the feed. So every other person can actually try. Sometimes people don't have time to formulate their feed. That's why they go for the normal pellets. So if you feel you want to cut cost of feeding, you need to start formulating your own feed so that you will reduce the amount of money you spend and your rabbit don't get too expensive, because if it gets too expensive, selling it will be a problem. Yeah.
Okay. So that is a good one. The points you've made with the feeding, etc. But one thing I want us to look at is that in your submission, you made mention of the fact that it comes at no cost at all, right? But you
Yeah.
just have your cages. But of course, with the cages, they don't come free. The
Yeah.
cages don't come
So
free.
okay, after like for the cages now, let's just say you want to do a 4 room cage. I don't know
Mhm.
how I'm going to calculate it in Ghana these days, but I'll call the amount here in Nigeria. Let me
Yes,
just say you
there
want
are
to
there
do
are
it.
a lot of farmers also from Nigeria who would want to know, because
Yeah.
you are doing an amazing work with your YouTube channel and the way you are visiting other farmers. I'm sure others would like to know directly how it is like in Nigeria, because I have a lot of Nigerians who follow me, and sometimes it's difficult for them to have a better understanding on how it works in Ghana versus Nigeria. But you are in Nigeria, you can give them, before we continue, which part of Nigeria are you, so that they would know exactly.
I'm in Cross River State to be precise. I'm in Cross River
Okay,
State. Yeah.
okay, okay, okay. So please continue. We are listening.
Okay, for the cages, that was what we wanted to talk about. Let's just say you are a starter and you want to start set up a 4 room cage. A 4 room standard rabbit cage might consume about 25,000 naira. But when
Okay.
I started, I didn't spend any money in making my cages. I made my cage, the first cage I had, I made it on my own. I got some
Mm.
few hoods from some building places and I constructed my cage on my own. So you can actually do same if you feel so. But if you feel you can't do it, a 4 room rabbit cage, like this one you are seeing here right now, is a 6 rooms rabbit cage.
Okay.
This one is 6 rooms. So let's just take
Okay.
for instance, you want to make something like that. That
Mm-hmm.
one I spent about let me just say 45 to 50,000 naira making it.
Okay.
But that is
Okay.
a lot for a starter. You can just start with
Okay.
the 2 rooms, let's just say 25 to 30K,
Mm-hmm.
and make that particular one to a standard that it will last you for long. But if you want to make it in a way that it will be less expensive, the money can be less than that. But that way it might not last for long. So I prefer you doing a standard one that can take you for a very long period of time than just making the one you'll be using for the meantime.
Okay.
I know.
So guys, if you're watching, one of the tips is also given is that in order to make things cheaper for you when you're starting a rabbit farm, go out there in your vicinity, look around, and try to look for cheap things you can use to also build your own
Yeah, yeah, sure.
in a very good way, right? We like that.
Yeah.
Now, You made mention of the pellets, buying pellets 25 kgs, and you buy two times within a month, one costing about 9,000 naira. But then, of course, anytime you finish, then you go, it increases. Now, the question is
Yeah.
that do we have specific companies in Nigeria that actually make these pellets, or they are just smallholder farmers who also do something just to sell?
No, no. We buy from the companies. Like in Nigeria here, we have the people called the chicken feed, we have the top feed, and the rest of them. The one I just called are the ones that are very, very rampant, like are very common to everybody, and the prices are minimal. When we want to talk about like the Ultima pellets, those ones are very, very expensive.
Mm.
So the ones we use are like like the, maybe let me just say the top feed. That's the ones a lot of rabbit farmers use. So that's what we buy for our rabbits.
But those those
I
those
noticed.
those ones you buy,
Yeah.
those ones you buy, the pellets you have, then from what you're saying, it looks like the industry is broad in Nigeria, and there is something really going on with regards to the pellets you have. But then, do they achieve the results they are meant to achieve when you feed them with the pellets? Do they grow
Yes, yes.
faster? Do
Very,
they?
very well. Very, very well. Yeah, sure.
Okay,
Like
okay.
if you are using the normal pellets, when you are keeping hybrid rabbits, if you are using the normal pellets, you can get up to 2.5 to 3 kg in 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, surely if you are using the normal pellet and you know how to use it very, very well. You know,
What do you mean by
when it
knowing
comes
how
to
to use
feeding,
it?
yeah,
Uh-huh.
when it comes to feeding rabbits, a lot of
Yes.
people think it's all about feeding them a lot of food that makes them grow fast,
Okay.
but it does not work that way. Yeah, there's some little things you need to look out for when you want to feed a rabbit. If you overfeed
Okay.
them,
Mm-hmm.
they tend to have issues. So you feed them
Okay.
on, maybe let me just say 100 grams or 200 grams in a day.
Mm.
Like me, if any day I want to do 100 grams, I substitute it with some greens. Let me just say I give them 100 grams of pellets in the morning, then I give them little quantity of greens in the evening.
Okay. Okay.
Then a day I don't want to give them greens, I give them 100 grams in the morning, 100 grams in the evening for the pregnant
Okay.
ones or the breastfeeding
Okay.
mothers.
Okay. Okay.
But for
Okay.
the growers and the males that are alone, without no kids, I give them just 100 grams.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that way you tend to know the amount of feed you feed your rabbits. Sometimes some people complain of using one bag of feed this month, and next month they are using a bag and a half. It's because they
Mm.
don't have a particular quantity they do feed their rabbits. I don't know if you understand. Some
Yes,
people
I
just
understand.
pack it with their hand and put it in there without measuring or stuff like that. So
Mm.
we need to know the particular quantity we feed them. If it is
Okay.
100 grams they are feeding, you stick with 100 grams. If it is 200 grams, you stick with 200 grams. So that you have a particular amount of money you want to spend in a particular month, so that you don't get to overspend.
All right. Um, thank you very much for this very one. That is on the side of the feeding. Now, you also mentioned the fact that you substitute with grains, right?
Yeah,
We also know, for instance, in Ghana, we have the issue of you getting greens from anywhere at all being problematic nowadays because of farmers who use a lot of chemicals,
yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah,
Who just spray a
yeah.
lot of chemicals. How is it in Nigeria?
In Nigeria here we don't have such. I know there are people that use chemicals to kill their grasses. Like
Hmm.
sometimes some grasses growing around your area, you can just see they come around to spray them so that they can die. Because some people that
Hmm.
don't want those grasses there. Yes. So the kind of places like that, you don't cut your rabbit grass from there. Yes, you
Okay.
don't have to go there. So you go to places that you know people don't go often. Like the place that I cut my rabbit grass from, it's like a forest. Yes, people hardly go in there. So I cut my grasses, I keep them, then look out for some insects that are there. If it is under the sun, I want to keep them. I keep them under the sun so that some of those insects will run out before I can feed it to them.
All
But if I
right.
don't want to keep it under the sun, I wash it with salt. Then I feed it to
Okay.
them.
Okay.
But some people don't have grasses around their area. Maybe some of
Mm-hmm.
those people that are complaining about people spraying those grasses in their areas. There are some other things you can still do to feed your rabbit grasses. Like in my little backyard, there I plant some of the potato vines, potato leaves. Yes, I have
Okay.
there. Then I did a video also on how I planted wheat grass. I don't know if you saw it. I planted wheat grass. Then I also did a
I haven't
video
seen the
on
video.
planting maize. Yes, you can actually. This
Mhm.
is maize season here in Nigeria. You can actually plant it so that when it's time for harvest, you use those maize leaves to feed your rabbits. That can really go a long way for you.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
that's a that's a good gem you've dropped right there. So it's actually making use of the little space you have in your
yeah,
background, everything to grow things that. Okay, so guys, in general, whenever you go to the bushes to get the grasses, most of the grasses have seeds too. So when you come, just pluck some of the seeds and just throw them around in your backyard. They will grow by themselves, right?
yeah.
In a way, and they are weeds. They would grow. They will overgrow. No matter how you do it, when you cut them, they will still grow. One of the things I would like us to do right now is that walk us through your farm. Currently, you have about 70 rabbits on the farm. When you wake up in the morning, what's your routine? What do you do?
Okay. For the cleaning, I sometimes I clean every day, but most times I clean once in 2 days. So
Okay,
sometimes I have less work, sometimes I have more work. But if
okay,
the day I'm cleaning, I have more work. If the day I'm not cleaning, I have lesser work. Just for me to come around, take them. Then also one of the things you really need to look out for is the little bunnies, the kids that are just coming up. You
okay.
really you really need to check. Okay, okay. Right now, one of my rabbits just put to bed, so I need to
We
do
can
some.
let's have a
Yeah.
look. We can have a look
Okay. Let,
directly.
let me let me just get the key. Just a
O-
minute.
Okay, nice. And so, guys, as he gets the key, this is very nice. Live on the farm, you can see the rabbit farm in the background, where he's keeping some of the rabbits. Now, this guy has been doing amazing. I've been seeing him pop up in my feeds, and I check up on him, etc. He's doing quite a lot of things, going to other farmers, learning a few things from his platform, his interaction with other farmers. This is a platform you can learn a lot from, African rabbit farmers. And we all have to learn from each other in a good way. So he's going to show us the one that just littered. So live on set right now, fresh babies. Wow.
This just came. I hope you can see the
Wow.
blood is still here.
Yes, that those I see the blood. I also even see the placenta on the floor. Wow.
Yeah. So these are just
Wow.
fresh babies right now. Just right now. This is the mother here. She's still
Wow.
trying to clean up.
Yes. Okay. Let's not disturb it then. How many did it later? Were you able to see how
I
many?
haven't counted yet. I haven't
Okay.
counted.
So please close the door so it doesn't go out in a way.
Yeah.
But these are some of the joy, the joy we get in rabbit farming. Just in the middle of a video, a rabbit has delivered live, and this is so beautiful. You see these things right here. Whenever I feel bored on the farm, I just go sit down. I can watch them for days. A moment like this, what does it do to you? First time you had your first litter, how did you feel as a farmer?
Hi. Okay. I was very, very happy that period. But the first time my rabbit actually littered, I lost all the kids. So I was very discouraged that first time. But the second time, he gave birth to 4 kids. I still have the female rabbit here. It's my oldest I have here. Yes, so the first
Okay.
time he gave birth to 4 kids, oh, I was very, very happy that period. I was telling all my friends my rabbit have given birth. That period it was like, hey, something good really happened in my life. So I was very, very happy. What I just had to do because I was learning a lot from YouTube. I'm a kind of
Mm-hmm.
person that is always online watching videos. I try to learn new things every day. Uh-huh. I try to
Okay.
learn new things every day. So I try to watch videos online and everything like that. So I already knew what to do before the rabbit gave birth. So I just had to clean up,
Okay.
then put in some clothes there for it because of cold and stuff like that. So I made sure the mother rabbit was breastfeeding before I could actually leave so that she can actually do her
Mm.
thing. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So far, we will come back to your routine. But so far, have you had a problem with a doe not breastfeeding, where you would have to force feed the kids? Have you have a problem
Yes,
like that
yes,
on your
yes,
farm?
yes, yes. Sure, sure.
Okay, okay. And how did you take
Most
care of that?
times, most times, female rabbits tend not to breastfeed their kids because of some few reasons. Like maybe they have predators around, or they are scared of something, or maybe you rushed them into breeding again. Yes, maybe
Mm,
she gave birth the previous time and you didn't give her enough time to rest. Then you just went into breeding her again. So sometimes like that, that actually affects them. They don't. Sometimes they don't even give birth inside the nesting box. You notice they give birth
Okay.
outside. Sometimes they don't pull their fur. So if I see stuff like rabbits don't pull in their fur, maybe if they give birth and they don't pull their fur, that is a clear sign or one of the major signs that they show that they won't actually breastfeed those kids.
Mm,
Although
mm,
sometimes they don't pull for and they still give those they still breastfeed the kids. But most of the times, if they don't pull for, they don't breastfeed those kids. So anytime I notice they don't pull their for, I just take out the kids. We have what we call the force feeding box. It's different from a nesting
okay.
box. I don't know if I could
Okay.
show you that so that you guys can actually see.
Show us. Show us so that we have a look
Okay.
at it. Show us so we have a look at it. Yeah. So it's gonna show us the first feeding box he uses on his farm.
Okay.
Um.
Here we have what is called is the force feeding box. It's different from a nesting
Okay.
box. Yeah, so what you just need to do is after the rabbit has given birth, you just take in this force feeding box, put the kids in here. Then maybe you can put a little cloth at the floor of this box here, a little cloth. Then put the
Mm-hmm.
kids on top. Then you use your hand to pull some fur from the mother's body at the breast side so that the breast can actually come out very well and show. Then you put those fur inside
Okay.
for the kids because of cold. Put the fur in there and just keep them. Maybe you breastfeed them 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the evening. And after 2 weeks, you can put them back to their
Inside.
mother.
Yeah. Okay. I
Yeah.
think the network is disconnected. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So what is the difference? The key difference between this force feeding box and then a nesting box, you would say?
Okay. This force feeding box is like a box that will keep um the mothers one place. As you can see, it's very, very small. So once they go in here,
Yeah.
they don't have space to shake and stuff like that. They just stay in one
Mm.
place. So those kids can breastfeed. But when it comes to
Okay.
a nesting box, they can a nesting box is always having some little space. So they can turn around and move and stuff like that. Yeah, they can turn around and move and go in there, maybe put some fur around. But this particular one is very, very tight. So once you put them here, they can't move. They just stay in one place like that.
Okay. So with this very one you have right now, because of the tightness, have you had any casualties where you putting the mother in the cage to feed the kids? Sorry, in the box to feed the kids. They tend to step on them because of the
No,
way it is tight.
no, they don't step on them. When
Okay.
once you want to use this force feeding box here,
Mhm.
the rabbits they have most of their weight in their back legs.
Yes.
So you push the kids in front,
Okay.
and you now put the back leg of the mother behind before you now place
Okay.
her. When once you
Okay.
put the back leg of the mother, the kids will start perceiving the smell of the breast. Then they will
Mm.
start coming back. Then once
Okay.
all of them have come back, you now place the mother well. Then she will now stand. She won't move. Then you
All
have to
right.
be there and hold her so you make sure she don't try jumping out because if she jump out, it might injure the kid. So you hold her in one place for like 5 to 7 minutes. Then that's good for morning.
Good.
And in the
Good.
evening, you
Good.
do the same thing.
All right. All right. That's a very good one. So now let's come back to the routine. Typically, right now you have a doe that has littered. When your doe litters, what do you do usually on your farm?
Okay. I don't really do much things. I don't change any diet I give to them. When one day later, I still feed them the normal things I used to feed. Let me
Mm.
just say, like that particular doe that has litter right now, all I just need to do is I make sure she eats very well. If I was not intending to feed her again for the day, I'm still going to feed her so that she eats very well. And also, I give her antibiotics, not injectable. I prefer oral. That's the bitter
Okay.
leaf. Yes.
Mm.
Because when they are pregnant, you don't give them any antibiotics
Yes.
because of the kids in there. So as she has given birth now, I can actually give her maybe multivitamin or give her antibiotics. Although some people say if you give them antibiotics, it will dry up their breast milk and they won't be able to breastfeed. But that's a lie. I've always been giving my rabbit antibiotics so that if they give birth, like, they are always stressed. So I like giving it to them. So after
Okay.
giving antibiotics, after the first day, then maybe by the second day I give her multivitamin so that she can actually eat very well and breastfeed the kids. Because if she
Okay.
eats very well, she breastfeed the kids and they look very big.
Okay. So we know one thing that with the mortality amongst the rabbit kids, it's usually very prevalent in the first 2 weeks. what do you actually do on your farm within these first 2 weeks to ensure that the mortality rate is reduced?
I don't do much stuff. What I just do is I come in the morning, then I make sure the mother is breastfeeding them. When once the mother
Okay.
is breastfeeding them, they won't die. That's
Okay.
one thing. And also another thing that also kills them is cold.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So if she pulls a lot of fur and covers them there, and cold can't get to them, they won't nothing will happen to them. Sometimes you need to be checking those nesting box because one particular bunny might actually roll to the extreme corner and the rest
Mm-hmm.
are the side.
Okay.
When the mother comes to breastfeed, she will breastfeed those ones that are gathered together.
Mm-hmm.
And when the mother wants to breastfeed the kids, they just come and stand there. They don't do any much work. They just come and stand. Then the kids will now struggle for the milk. But that particular
Yes.
one that is in the extreme end of the nest box might not actually know the mother is in the nest box to come and suck. So it might be there very hungry and it might end up dying because it has not been breastfed. Yeah,
Okay.
so
So
we need to be
it's your
checking,
duty to check
checking and
them.
making sure all of them are always together. So that when the
Okay.
mother comes into the nest box to breastfeed them, all of them suck the breast milk together.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
yeah. So some
So
of the few things like that are always what makes rabbit mortality very high.
okay.
Mother not
Okay.
breastfeeding the kids,
Mm-hmm.
cold. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Also, you not being able to check the nesting box always. Some people are always scared of touching their kids.
Mm-hmm.
And some people always say if you touch the kids at the first day, they will die. I just picked one up now and put it inside the nesting box, and nothing will happen to it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. So let's look at this thing. Right now, you've talked about what you do once they deliver. In the first 2 weeks, what you are looking out for mortality, etc. Things that we should do that would stop mortality or could help curb mortality. My next question is that in this period where they have delivered for you, the next stage of the birth is once they start popping up out of the box, once they start
yeah,
coming out of the box, what are some
yeah,
of the things you do? Because I don't know, you have like a metal layer, a mesh
yeah.
underneath. Yes, sometimes their legs go through. What do you do to secure that their mom doesn't thump on them, that they feel safer, so they don't break their legs, they don't have things stuck anywhere?
Okay. For me, I use the metal mesh for the floor of my cage. People who use wooden cage, when it comes
Mm-hmm.
to that particular aspect, they don't have disadvantages. But
Yeah.
we who use the metal cages with the metal mesh on that, we have disadvantages. But because
Okay.
there are some few things I do, and I'm going to be sharing with you guys here. When once they start coming out of the nesting box,
Yeah.
I put a little bit of cloth at the floor of my cage. Let me just show
Mm.
that to you now because I have a particular one that just came out a few days ago. So I'm
Okay.
going to show that to you so that you actually understand what I'm talking about.
Sure. Sure. Please do that for us. And guys, if you're watching and you have any question, please do to write a comment and I will ask him directly what you are also
So
wanting.
I don't know this particular one here. I hope you have seen a cloth there.
Yes, we've seen it. Yes.
Uh-huh. So those little kids, they tend to like staying on top of those clothes because if they move
Okay.
from that clothes, their leg might actually enter the mess. So they like resting there.
Oh,
So you
okay.
need to put in a little cloth for them, just like that, so that when once they come out of the nesting box, that will be their staying place. And you also need
Mhm.
to try as much as possible to be changing it always, so it does
Mm.
not get too wet, and so then they'll be peeing on it and stuff like that.
Yes.
So
Yes.
you also need to be
So,
changing the clothes. So for that
okay.
particular one, that's how I go about it. Because if
That,
you leave
that
them like that and you don't put in a cloth for them, they if their leg goes into that mesh, it might actually cut off their leg or it injures them. So you don't
mm.
want that to happen. So you need to be putting in little clothes like that so that they can
Okay.
actually be standing on it. Till they get to like 1 month, by then their leg is big and it won't be able to go in there. And you can remove the cloth out.
Okay. So on your farm, when do you start treating coccidiosis, if even you do that at all?
I start that from 1 month. When once they start eating,
Okay.
yes, when once they
What?
start eating, I give them a like a prevention. I
Okay.
don't like getting the disease before giving them the drug because that will actually be very hard to cure.
Yes. Okay.
So I give them like a prevention. There is a drug I
Mm.
use for coccidiosis. Either I use the embazine forte
Okay.
It's the one they call Embazine 40. It has a yellow a yellow bag, or you
Okay.
use Oxycare. There's another one they call Oxycare.
Okay.
I have a little here, but I turn it inside a bottle, so I don't have the
The
pack
package.
to show you guys.
Okay.
So I
So
turn it inside a bottle.
the follow up question would now be, in Nigeria, where can one possibly get those type of things to buy?
The normal, if you go to a vet shop, like some of the injectable drugs we give to them,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
they are not being sold in the normal poultry shop. But
Mm.
like this particular Oxycare and Embazine Fort, you can find it in the normal poultry shop. People selling all this poultry feed, they always sell it like that. Yes. People selling poultry feed and all these poultry, maybe the starter feed and all those things concerning poultry. They also sell all these drugs. Safe because these drugs also works for chickens too. Works for chickens too. So they give chickens some of
Mm-hmm.
these coccidiosis drugs. So if you go to those poultry shops, you will surely get the drugs there. That's why I get mine. Yeah.
All right. That is good. Thank you very much. So now we've moved. Let's say you've treated them, you've taken care of them up to 1 month old. When do you usually get them ready to win from their mothers?
Okay. I win them at 6 weeks. I win my rabbit at 6 weeks. But before winning, there's some few things I used to
Mm-hmm.
do before winning. Like
Okay.
I make sure I give them multivitamin because you know that period whereby
All
they are
right.
moving directly from breast milk to solid food without seeing breast milk again. Sometimes the winning period is
Mm-hmm.
always the period where you lose some kids.
Mm.
So that is a very, very delicate period, and you need to know what to do that particular period there.
Okay.
So that period whereby
Okay.
I win the kids from the mother to stay completely on their own, I give them multivitamin so that they can actually be
Okay.
eating very, very well. If possible, I give them an injectable multivitamin. But sometimes I
Okay.
don't like injecting those little bunnies because you know they are still very small. So I give them an
Mm-hmm.
oral multivitamin to make sure they eat very, very well
Okay.
so that once they stay on their own, they will actually be able to eat. Because sometimes when you win them
Mm.
from their mother and keep them alone, they don't want to eat again because they have just been their allocation have just been changed. Some of them tend to eat very, very little quantities and they start losing weight that period. So that's why you need to give them
Okay.
that multivitamin so that they can actually be eating very well. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. That's nice. And so now you win them. That's good. Now let's talk about the rabbit business in Nigeria. You are one person, one of the farmers who is going out there to talk to other farmers. What are some of the challenges you've seen during your visits to other farms? Some of the challenges you've seen that you think are actually hurting the Nigerian farming industry that, from your experience, a lot can be done about what you've noticed so far, where some beginner farmers can learn from.
Okay. One of the major challenges we have here in Nigeria is like in short, that's the only challenge I know for me now. That's is very, very hurting to some few farmers there is
Hmm.
how to sell their rabbits.
Okay.
So
Okay.
selling the rabbits is always kind of an issue for some people. It's always kind of an issue, especially
Mm.
for some farmers that are just starting, maybe have some few rabbits and stuff like that. It's always an issue for them. So sometimes I advise farmers to go out there and advertise their rabbit to people. Sometimes people just stay in their farm and buyers will just come
Yeah.
looking for them and everything like that. So
Can you take that again? The line was breaking a bit,
yeah,
so please take that line again.
okay. What I was saying is the
Mm-hmm.
the market for the rabbits. That's one
Mm-hmm.
of the major challenges. So some few
Okay.
farmers have issues selling their rabbits
Okay.
because some of them just stay at their houses thinking people will start
Mm-hmm.
looking for them and start buying rabbit from them. But no one actually
Yes.
knows anyone is a rabbit farmer. So if you don't tell
Mm-hmm.
people you are a rabbit farmer, you won't no one will know you are a rabbit farmer if you don't tell people about
Mm-hmm.
it. So you need to go out there, your few neighbors around you, tell them you have rabbits, tell them how tell them the benefits of the meat. And I
Mm.
assure you, if all your neighbors around you are eating rabbit meat, you won't have the supply for the meat. For me now, I sell mostly to fellow breeders because of
Mm-hmm.
YouTube and stuff. So a lot of people call me that want to start up a farm. Give me 2 rabbits, give me 3 rabbits. So I don't
Mm.
actually have.
Okay. Hello.
Sorry.
No problem. We know we will always have this difficulty with regards to the
Yeah,
internet.
I,
So
I
so
got
long as you,
a little call. Are you hearing me?
yeah, we can hear you, but we can't see you. That's the only thing now. We can hear you, but we can't see you, and now we can't hear you. So let me use the time to read some of the comments I'm getting. So learning with Richie is saying, I love this collaboration, Modine. Thank you very much. Same from learning with Richie says, soon you will do a collaboration with me in Cameroon. I have put in place my instructor, so going into commercial farming in June. That's wonderful. Immediately you start the farm, let me know. Let's get in touch. We will start something for sure. I'm open to collaborating with anybody who is doing a good work in the field of rabbit farming or even other farms across Africa. So whatever you are doing, let me know. We will work on something for sure. If you have any specific question you would like to ask African rabbit farmer, please let me know so that I can read it out to him so he can answer you accordingly. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you, but can you see me?
No, we can't see you. That's the problem. I don't know why we can't see you for
Oh,
now.
that's funny.
Yeah, we can't see you for now. I don't know why. Maybe we can end this session and start another session or so.
Okay, let's do that. Let's do that.
Then you can. So guys, we'll close the session here on this one. We will start another session now. In the next 5 minutes, once he gets his own thing done, and then we start with that one. Thank you guys very much.
All right.